This is a 2012 Acura TL SH all-wheel drive with the tech package, and we're going to be giving it an upgrade today with the GROM Audio VLine tool. So the most important step is disconnecting the negative terminal of the battery before configuring any vehicle electronics. Once it's disconnected, make sure to move the cable away from the terminal and tuck it away. The next step is to use a plastic pry tool and slowly make your way across the underneath of the air vents. Once the air vents come out, there'll be a plastic, there'll be a harness which provides power to the hazard lights, which we will disconnect. Once you've made your way around the edges, prying it forward, use an angular tool to pull it from either one of the edges and it will pull right out. Once you have it out, we can disconnect the harness. Yeah. There's a clip on the side of the harness. Once you have that pressed, it'll come out. Now we have to remove these side trim that extend all the way back here to access the screws that will help us remove the radio console. Make your way around with a plastic pry tool to ensure you don't damage or scratch the plastic here. Starting from this end, use a pry tool to make your way across, popping all the clips and tabs and slowly wriggling it along the way. Get this entire trim out. So we got the trim out from here, and the final step is to pull this forward and to disconnect the cable that's back here. Same thing on this side, start in this corner and make your way up, popping all the tabs that you see on the way, and there you go. And the right side trim is out. Now we're going to remove the radio, and it's held in from these 4 screws. These ones are in a tricky spot, so make sure you use a magnetic screwdriver to prevent the screws from falling behind the dash. If you don't have a magnetic screwdriver, you can use some tape to improve the grip. And just like that, we have this first screw out. So to get the radio out, we need to remove the tabs that are holding the harness to the radio. Once those tabs are out, the radio will also be able to be pulled out further. So we can disconnect the rest of the wires. Using a flathead, you can pry it out. Now this plastic tab is out, and we'll go to the other side. Same process on the driver's side, using a large flathead screwdriver, pry the harness from the frame of the radio. Now we're removing the connectors that are behind the radio. There's a push tab that you need to push, and then the connector will come out. Same thing on the left side, push the tab and the connector will free out. Pull the radio out and slowly remove all these connectors one by one. Disconnect all of these cables, and once you have all the cables disconnected, there will be this plastic piece holding this harness to the radio. You can use a needle nose plier to squeeze these pins to free it from the frame. Now that we have the factory radio out, we're going to connect the two harnesses supplied by GROM, which is the MFC AH HDD and the VHA16V, to the original connectors. In addition to that, we'll be fishing the wires through to the glove box, splicing the reverse wire using the red connector, and making the connections to the OEM ports. For a clean install, we'll be fishing the VLine wires through this area and into the glove box. So you'll need to remove this shelf along with the air filter, which has two tabs on either side. Once you press those tabs, the air filter will come out. Fish a wire through the gap behind the radio unit into the glove box, and using that, we'll tie the MFC cable to this wire, fish it out, and then we're going to splice the reverse wire so that when you put the car in reverse, the camera still shows up on that screen. We've fished the two GROM harnesses to the glove box from the back here, and the next step is to splice the reverse wire in the new harness to the existing Acura harness. In the 16-pin connector, when you look at the wire this way, in the 10th spot, there'll be this brown wire which contains the reverse camera wire feed. If you want to test this at home, take a multimeter, and when you have the car in park, it'll show 0 volts, and when you put the car in reverse, that connection will show 12 volts. And to complete the splicing, we'll be using the provided red PosiTap connector. Using the PosiTap connector, we have tapped into the reverse wire on the harness. The other side of the connector is connected to the purple wire that's provided in the GROM harness. Now that the wires are fished through, we've gone ahead and connected the green wire to the green original OEM harness and the white new wire to the original white harness, and you can match the shape and pin layouts from both cables just to make sure that you have the right connections done. Then we'll be connecting the OEM unit back in there and then plugging in the V-line to those two wires over there. I've connected all the wiring back to the original radio unit and just placed it back in its spot, but without screwing it in until we have the system final and tested. The next step is to install the V-line unit and connect it to the harnesses that are in the glove box. Now we're connecting power and audio video to the V-line unit.
Camera, AV, HDMI output.
So on the back, there's...
इसमें लगा नहीं है?
Yeah. I temporarily connected the negative terminal and turned on the accessory. The V-line unit showed up, and to get the V-line unit to show up, you might have to cycle through the HDD aux switch up to 2 times. Once you have the unit up, you can test that the reverse camera is working. And once you have this all good, we can close up the glove box and finish screwing the radio unit in. We're going to be installing the GPS and microphone, so you can remove this side panel piece, which is on the right side of the glove box, and remove the window trim slightly. This will give us access to the pillar here, where we're gonna hide the 2 wires that will feed up here and be installed on the top of the windshield. Using a spare wire, fish that through the gap in the back and pull it out of this side from the panel we just opened, and then get it over here. And to get for a very clean look, we're gonna tuck the microphone and GPS wire behind this pillar and secure them over there. I fished the microphone and the GPS antenna wire through the gap in the back of the glove box, and the wires over here. The next step is to connect it to the VLine unit. I've secured the microphone here temporarily with some tape until I find its permanent position. I've run its wire behind the headliner. We've secured the GPS antenna over here and run the wires on the side of the pillar. Be mindful, there is an airbag over here. Don't interfere with it. Keep the wires on the side and keep them all the way down straight. With the extra slack, we'll pull it through to the glove box and secure it along with the VLine unit. Using some plastic ties, I've secured the cable slack to keep everything neat and in the glove box. The next step will be to replace the air filter and the shelf. The VLine unit is now back in the glove box with the air filter and the shelf installed. The microphone and GPS connection are on that side, and the two harnesses from the factory radio are coming in on this side. Glove box is able to close. Radio, same as the disassembly process, there's a couple of screws on the corners. The next thing will be put the air vents back in, as well as the driver's side trim and the passenger side trim. For these trim pieces, just start in a corner, get a clip in, and then work your way up. Okay, now we're back in the car. The battery has been connected. Glove box has been fully sealed up. When you go to power it on, you'll get to the Acura welcome screen, and we'll let it boot up. It'll boot straight into the GROM unit, and in the event that it doesn't, you'll have to use the HDD/aux button here. Typically 2 presses will get you to the GROM menu. Once you're in the GROM menu, you can select between Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or any of the other settings that you might want to use. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Apple CarPlay. And as you can see here, we have all of the different apps that I would want to use. You can open Spotify. I can go back and I can open Zoom, WhatsApp, Waze, VLC, any of the apps that you have on your phone. Most of them will be mimicked over here for you to use. One benefit of having Apple CarPlay in the car is being able to do things hands-free with the use of Siri. I can ask it to get me directions, like, "Hey Siri, navigate me to the LA Fitness on Yonge Street."
Giving directions to LA Fitness using Waze.
And as you can see here, it's putting the directions on the maps, and I can do all of this hands-free while paying full attention to what's going on the road. Another really useful feature is to be able to control the music with your voice. So I could say something like, "Hey Siri, shuffle rap on Spotify."
Okay, here's hype rap mix on Shuffle from Spotify.
And there you go.